All right, a lot of you know I live in Pennsylvania. Tomorrow there's going to be a rally in Harrisburg to reopen the state. People are going to go in, they're going to protest. Um, I'm not going. I personally am really fed up with the half-assed nature of the whole shutdown. The fact you can not buy seeds at some places, but they'll sell you a rototiller. You got to stand in line at the Walmart or the grocery store, but you can go into Home Depot and you can mill around in circles and hang out with your friends. um, the things that are considered essential, businesses that are open, the ones that are closed. Uh, I just, the only thing that I can, it just, you got people that can't run a PTA meeting and they're running the government. And it's really a shame. And this is a really good example of elections have consequences. Not only do they push crappy laws, but if you actually need somebody that can take charge, they're not the person. They Pennsylvania is a big state. You've got Philadelphia, which is a huge city. You've got Harrisburg, which is a small city. You got everything in between. You got small towns that have a post office, and there's a four-way intersection, no traffic lights, a post office, a general store, and three houses, and that's a town. Um, One size doesn't fit all, and and we got a one size fit all government, and it's unfortunate because I'm in Schuylkill County and there's really nothing happening, but we're all locked down. You get into um, some of the other counties, northeast Pennsylvania, near the New Jersey New York border, and apparently they're getting hammered. And southeast Pennsylvania, near Philadelphia, they're getting hammered. And the rest of the state's not, but we're all shut down. Having said that, I do support the shutdown. I just wish it was done better, um, because this coronavirus did have the opportunity to be another Spanish flu of 1918, and you read the history on that, and churches were shut down. At first, nobody shut anything down. It was just business as usual. Get ready for the war. We're in the World War I. It's a big deal. We got other things on our mind, and it got really, really bad. Um, it wasn't until the municipalities started locking things down because the government, the federal government had a lot less control of the states back then. It was up to the states to figure out what to do, and the states started putting out shutdown orders. Big city governments, municipal governments, town, city councils, whatever, they started doing the shutdowns. They did, in fact, shut down schools, churches, ban meetings, you name it, they shut it down. And that's what finally got the whole thing under control. And once it was under control and people started coming out again, then there was a relapse. And, the, the local powers that be did what they had to do to get it under control. There was three waves. It finally went away, and didn't really surface again in any numbers. But I know that that's what's keeping us from ending up like China. Um, like I said, I wish it wasn't such a half-assed operation. I wish these guys had some actual leadership and not a bunch of short-term knee-jerk reactions. I think that letting everybody know that this is real serious and just putting it into law right off the bat, everybody's got to wear a mask. It's not going to save you, but it's going to keep you from coughing and spreading it, and that's it. If you're elderly, if you've got health conditions, if stay home, here's a number, we'll work it out, we'll put you on temporary assistance or whatever we got to do to keep you out of circulation so you don't die. Um, something along those lines I think would have been a hell of a lot smarter and would have worked a hell of a lot better, and the state would not have the problems that we're going to have going into the summer. I mean, the whole federal government's going to go into, I don't know what the hell I think we're going to end up with new money when it's all over. I heard a number of $6 trillion in the last 5-6 weeks of, payments to people and fighting this thing. And, that's $6 trillion on top of everything else. The money's not there. I think the outcome, the cure is going to be a hell of a lot worse than the virus. But as far as the protests, side notes of little footnotes in history was, I think it was Cincinnati, Ohio, as the 1918 pandemic was spreading. They decided that it was more important to have public morale, so they held a big parade, and within a few days, the entire town was sick, and the carts were going up and down the road, bring out your dead. It was a horror show. So I'm not really sure that these protests are a great idea. I think that calling your representatives, I think there's a lot better ways of doing it than just showing up and marching around and throwing names at people. You kind of got mixed emotions on it. Yeah, I'm not having fun. I shouldn't put it that way. I'm getting things done. I'm doing things around the house. I'm spending time with the family. But I really should be working. I really have better things to do. And but I don't think protesting the shutdown is the right thing. If people were awake, they'd realize that there's a lot of red flag laws being pushed through right now because nobody's showing up, nobody's getting involved. You got to call your representatives and stay on top of that. I'm hoping that June 8th, the Pennsylvania Lobby Day, annual gun rally, it better be huge, otherwise we're going to have all sorts of stupid shit rammed down our necks, because it's already in the works. And these people don't sleep. It's Rahm Emanuel's quote, never let a tragedy go to waste. They're not. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. But I don't think that going to a rally and saying we're going out, we're going to do whatever we want is a great idea, because there is a really good chance you're going to create an uptick in the numbers when one person coughs on somebody else and 16 people out of that rally get sick. As far as churches go, God isn't bound within a building. There's no reason you can't worship outside a church. That's just the way it is. You feel that strongly about it. I hope you're reading your Bible every day. I hope you're saying your prayers. It's been done before. It was the cure, 100 years ago. Anyway, one last thought. This is an old pistol I got. Northeast PA Gun Talks. It's NEPA Gun Talks. He's a great guy. His name's Scott, and he's a good friend of mine. He's doing a giveaway, and if you want to get involved in it, he's trying to hit 1,000 subs. He's a good guy. He's got a fun channel. Subscribe to him, and go out to a range, write NEPA, I'm in it, and shoot the target, and do a VR video of it, and you're in the drawing. And it's a big giveaway. Anyway, that's my plug for Scott. That's my thoughts on the protests and the shutdown. And y'all have a good night.